Welcome on in, guys. Tobin here with you, and thanks for checking out the channel. If you guys could subscribe, that'd be great. Like, comment, and appreciate you guys stopping by. So, I saw something on Heat Twitter today. I got the goosies, not gonna lie. Made me happy. You guys familiar, I'm sure, if you watch this channel, you know the Heat Twitter account, Heat vs. Haters. I think it'd be pretty impossible to be on Heat social media and not. But if you're not a Twitter person, they do a great job. And there was a post on a certain someone's Instagram account that was commenting on one of their tweets. So today is September 27th. Why is that day significant? Well, a couple days. You know, I got on my Facebook mentions. This was, I think, Jimmy Butler's opening press conference many years ago. We're a couple days out from Heat Media Day. But also, this is a 1-year anniversary of Damian Lillard getting traded to the Milwaukee Bucks and very much feeling like, the air out of the offseason balloon over. And then, mind you, there wasn't a lot of positive momentum going on with this. We were out at the point where Damian Lillard wasn't allowed to say anything. Some reports had come out and whatnot. But once you found out that Damian Lillard was going to one of your biggest rivals and then coincided with Drew Holiday, ended up on the Boston Celtics, none of it went right for the Miami Heat. It could be argued it was one of the worst days in Miami Heat history that had nothing to do with the Miami Heat, technically. But Damian Lillard, I love. Huge fan of Dame Dollar. Been a big fan of Dame Dollar. One of my favorite non-Heat players of all time. And it's interesting because on the day after Zach Lowe gets let go from ESPN, Low Post has been the guy all summer, kind of like, keep an eye-ish on if things go awry with the Bucks, the Heat Dame thing picking back up again, or them revisiting that. Well, wouldn't you know it? Who decides to stick his beak in the Heat's business but old Damian Lillard? So Heat vs. Haters put this post. They tweeted out, Nassir Little seems like the type of player Spo would like. Wing defender, athletic, and he's 24 years old. So the Heat Nation Clutch Points account, they posted this tweet. So, the little social media recycling. They posted this tweet on Instagram with a picture of Spo, picture of Nassir Little, and, cool. But that's not all there is to the story. Damian Lillard, who, of course, was a Portland Trailblazer. I don't know if you heard about that. But Nassir Little was his teammate. Nassir Little was on squads with Damian Lillard for years. And Damian Lillard decided, I'll comment on this. And what did he post? Well, he posted on his Instagram account, right here, dude. He has it in him. You heard it here first. Wow. Really, Damian? He has it in him. You heard it here first. Very interesting. Damian Lillard still commenting on Heat business. Now, could he just be a good former teammate who is letting people know and telling Bam Adebayo, hey, take care of my guy Nas down there in Miami, Hey, perhaps. Or is Damian Lillard looking at that contract and he goes, that Nassir Little got partial guarantee or not fully guaranteed? He's thinking to himself, once this Bucks thing hits the fan, because we know Doc Rivers is going to screw it up. Once this hits the fan, all of a sudden, might be a one-way ticket for old Dame Dollar. Travel on down to the 305. One has to wonder why he felt the need to put that out there. I mean, they're supposed to be your conference rival, Dame. I know you love Nassir Little. You got to wonder, too, because here's the thing. If Damian Lillard's posting this, you know he's got to be thinking to himself, oh, yeah, it's been a year since I've been stuck in Milwaukee. Hate it here. I wanted to be in Miami, dude. We all know where he wanted to be, right? Got to imagine Dame's got those old meta anniversaries hitting in his gram or his Facebook page. Whatever, dude. Found it interesting. So, well done by Heat haters and Heat Nation clutch points by throwing the old lure out there. And Damian Lillard taking the bait. The old mouse taking the cheese, dude. Meanwhile, part of the Dame package, there's a great piece. I want you guys to go check this out. If you guys don't go to heat.com, you guys got to be reading. Cooper Moorhead does a fantastic job covering the Miami Heat for their website. Guru, a numbers guru. And he has a great article that's one question for every Heat player. And some really, really great stuff in there. I'm not going to read off it, but I recommend you guys going to check it out. But the one that I will share here on this is Nico, because I was doing a little rundown myself on my last video about the pre-camp workouts. And, you know, one guy that I forgot, and I didn't even it's kind of crazy because you guys know I love him to death, was Nikola Jovic, was not in the photos. So I got to add him to the list. So no Nikola Jovic in the pre-workouts. Now, I don't know where he is. I don't know if he's in Miami or if he's in Serbia still, whatever. But I did not have one of my what does he need more. And I think if you guys know what I want more from him is really just to kind of know clarity-wise what the role is going to be. And I think a lot of the reason I want to share this with you is because Cooper's a lot smarter than I am. And he is echoing some of that same sentiment of what is Nikola Jovic's role going to be this year. And so that's literally what his question is. It says, Nikola Jovic, what is he going to be? All of the players on the roster, Jovic is probably the biggest mystery box even entering his third year. Granted, it isn't too much of a surprise given that he's 21 years old. Jovic missed most of his first season with an injury and didn't factor into the rotation during the first half of last year. But there's so many interesting tools that were flashed during his elongated stint with the starting group. It's impossible not to imagine his career going in a dozen different directions. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. You talk about last year. I wrongly was thinking that this guy was going to be doing things right out of the gate last year. A lot of people were buzzing because of the muscle that he had put on. Jimmy was talking about the swagger that he brought to camp. And then all of a sudden, he's just not getting any minutes. And then is going down to Sioux Falls and he's playing center because that's where the backup minutes were. And then all of a sudden, Jimmy is going to Sioux Falls games where they're playing against the Wisconsin Herd. And then Jimmy comes and tells the media, hey, Nico's not a 5. It goes with a pretty public endorsement. And remember, there was a game where Jimmy and Nico and TB, they all got suspended when they fought the Minnesota Timberwolves. The Pelicans, excuse me. And, I really, really like Nikola Jovic. And it was an interesting summer for him because he did not, he was not healthy this summer either. He suffered an injury in a workout, and I'm curious to see where it goes. But Cooper also writes, Jovic shot 39% on catch-and-shoot threes last year and had some good defensive moments out in space. So there's clear supporting role potential alongside Adebayo and Butler. He also made a number of threes off the bounce and was often used to advance the ball off the glass to initiate offense and flashed advanced court vision, which leads you to believe there's room for a bit more usage, only 17% last year on a team where on-ball reps aren't just sitting around waiting to be picked up. But it says, Jovic is everything you need to be a high-level role player, assuming he gains on the defensive end and continues the trend in a positive direction. I'm very excited to see what the kid can bring to the table. I don't, it is interesting, though, because, if it does go, we talk about the battles that are going to be there for camp, right? And that I like to call other big spot, because if it's Nico, I guess technically Bam's the 5. If it's Khalil, Bam's the 4, whatever. But the other big spot that starts, if Nico doesn't win that job out of the gate, then where does he fit in with all of it? So those are all going to be really, really interesting questions. But my big thing is not only, when he's not hitting catch and shoot threes and he's not shooting threes and he's not just advancing, but is there another element to unlock? Because the guy looks like he's got great core vision, facilitates like crazy. Is there something more there, and is that availability there for him? So very intriguing to check out. But, we'll give a little nod to one of the pieces of the Dame package. Not that I wanted to be if there is a revisited Dame trade. But check that on out and see Cooper Moorhead's great piece on Heat.com. Some great stuff on there on Bam, on Jimmy, on Tyler, Terry, all the players. I mean, literally. So go give that a looky-loo, and appreciate you guys tuning in.